Oh yes, I wanted to ask about the performance bonuses.
No performance bonuses, I'm being informed, have been paid. I mean, people have not been performing there. It's a reality, Chairperson.
We have a query that we want to take you back to. I'm going to request you to turn around and face the back. All of you, because we're facing the difficult way, either face this way. I think you face that screen. Turn around. All of you, speaker and everybody, please turn around. Look at that thing. Now, there are two questions. There's a question that was asked, and the answered it in two sentences which were categorical. The first statement said, there has not been any bonuses paid in the past because people did no work. That was his words. I want you to look at that. This is your statement. That's your annual financial statement that was submitted. Please, ma'am, finance manager, please focus because you are going to answer the question. Now look at the back there. If you look at the top, at the top, number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 3 is bonus. Number 4 is bonus. And the year is 2024, and the figure is 18 million. The figure is 2023, the figure is 24 million. Now, by all accounts, bonus is a bonus, and the bonus is recorded the same way in whatever financial statements. That's the first question which we have. The said there has not been a bonus paid to any of them as members of the current administration, and there has not been any bonus paid for those in the past, and I quote, no work was done. It's his words. So show us the next slide, please. You only did one.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, all right. You make a comment. Make a comment. Yeah, but I wanted to see the other slide. That's fine.
You'd see it, Chair. Yeah. Also, Chair, when you go to National Treasury and go to their financial statements for 2022, 2023, there is an amount of bonuses that was paid under the employee-related cost on their financial statement. From 2022, it was 37 million. 2024, it was 24 million. And that is a draft financial statement that is on the website of the municipality showing a bonus, but the was adamant to say there was no bonuses paid. If you scroll up, Chair, there are no amounts that are showing how much was paid to the municipal manager, how much was paid to the CFO.
Can you scroll up?
There.
Yeah, there you are. That's it. Move on. Move it up.
Yes.
Move it up.
There are no amounts for 2024, 2025 showing there how much was paid for the salaries, allowances, either bonuses if they were.
Just wait. The is having another discussion.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
You'll continue. I wanted to. You see.
Can you see where I'm pointing, You see as per regulation or as per the requirements of the Companies Act, you need to disclose salaries of the executives, like how you did last year. So the amounts for the current year, which is the year we are dealing with, because we are dealing with 2024, 2024, we are dealing with 2023, 2024. They are not showing on your draft financial statements there. But if you go to the top at note number 27, there's a bonus there. But you're adamant that you didn't pay any bonus. And we can't allocate that 16 million as a bonus that was paid to any executive, if there was a bonus paid to executive. Or is it bonuses that were paid to employees? If you can take us into confidence. Thank you so much, Chair.
Thank you very much. Yes, can we please attend to that issue,
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I must say, Chairperson, I'm not going to hide behind. I have to be advised by colleagues who have been there before me and who are actually specialists in that particular field. And I was advised that there's no bonus paid, but apparently it was in reference to executives. But there's collective agreement where people are getting annual, 13th check. But with due respect, if I may hand over to the person who's dealing with the budget of the municipality to explain, in details as to what does this mean, because I may not be able to read the whole statement myself, because I'm not really familiar with all those figures. But what I know is that no director received any bonus. But maybe if you allow me, Chairperson, to hand over to the budget manager to relate to the screen behind us.
Okay. What's the name again? I'm sorry, ma'am.
Mengateng Khumalo.
Khumalo. Okay, ma'am Khumalo. There are two things to explain. The first one is to reconcile the statement of the MM saying that there was no bonus, and yet in your statement there is bonus. Number one. Number two is to explain on what basis is there no allocation on the remuneration of managers when it should have actually been reflected in numbers. Because that at least we know, everyone knows how much all of those managers are getting. Please deal with it. And bring your mic closer to you so we can hear you. So your voice is pretty soft, so we can't always pick up everything you say. Please proceed.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. The MM has already responded to the issue of bonuses. He was referring to the performance bonuses. Nothing was paid on that. But the bonuses that you see there is we can call it the 13th check, yes, for all employees except the section 56 and 57. The information that seems to be outstanding there, it might be the issue of the mapping, but can we be allowed?
Once you say might be, then we know you don't know. So what's your proposal? I think you must start by saying you don't know, so that we are clear. You are not giving us an answer now.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. I am not sure, but it might be an issue of mapping. I was going to ask if can we be allowed to go and make a thorough research and come back with the correct responses. Thank you, Chairperson.
Any other questions? Yes, it is in relation to this issue. Let's close this so that we can come back to a conclusion.
Chair, when we asked about bonuses, we didn't ask specifically to the section 56 and 57. We asked bonuses, were there bonuses paid? And Chair, the MM was adamant to say no, because these people were not working, were not performing. But now, on your financial statements, there are bonuses. And two, these financial statements, they are on your website. If you go to PPE, there are differences on your financial statements. If you look down, there are no disclosed amounts on how much was paid to a CFO, how much was paid to a MM, which is supposed to be there as per financials. So, Chair, we can close it that way. It's fine, thanks.
When we ask the questions, we need transparency as to what exactly is happening. Now, at this point, we can take a generic view. We will not take that as a conclusion of the meeting. This is just to come everyone to say there may be different explanations of why the matter is reflected as it is. Ms. Khumalo says she is not sure. The MM did not even realize that the figures are written that way. So on the basis of, I'm sorry, we're not going to that. So the request now is that they are going to give us a proper explanation, and the MEC for finance is here. He is the one who's going to give us this report with the details having been properly interrogated, so that we will then dispose of the issue. But I think what's important for us is that it is not acceptable that we would come and discuss audit issues and you are not familiar with what is on your statements and you must now come and explain to us. Because when you falter, you're making us doubt the veracity of everything else that you have said. And that's the problem. And all of us are very sensitive about Malute Apofung, because next audit cycle, we don't want to see anything in Malute that's going to show a shortfall, because that's why we're sitting here throughout the night. We want to try and help you to get out of that. I'm going to allow one response, and we're going to take a short break. I wanted us to close everything before we go out for lunch, but we're having problems with the time now. So I'll only allow one response. We'll break for 30 minutes. When we come back, we'll take 10 minutes and close this because we've gone beyond our time. Yes, whoever is responding, that's fine.
Thank you. On the unauthorized expenditure, the numbers that the Honorable was looking at, those are accumulated over a period of time. I think from the response of the city manager, we indicated that the last time we investigated UFW was in 2019, and to date we are sitting with about 7 billion of unauthorized expenditure, but that in the financial statement it is broken in on an annual basis. So that is a cumulative figure. In as far as the employee cost, we fully agree with you. When we do the assessment of the city spending on employee cost versus the total revenue, the city is spending about 42%, which is abnormal. When you're looking at the norms and standards, the average spending on personnel should be between 28 and 33%. But when you go back to the FRP, they've identified the reasons for the high salary bill in Mangaung. Number one, it is the remuneration system, which needed to be changed. You would understand the whole development of our remuneration in local government to the decisions that were taken around 2013 of the implementation of the task system. But the city now has adopted the task implementation that will replace the Funda system of remuneration. But also the old organogram, because we've got a new organogram that has been approved by council on the 30th of June. The old organogram had number of heads of over 7,000. I think the total number then is 7,200. That is where the ratio of 62% vacancy is coming from. When we were revising the organogram, we had to go back to the basics and understand the process of determining the number of personnel that should work for the municipality, which is the ratio of employees against the population and employees against the household, which gave us a ratio of a minimum of 4,500 and a maximum of 5,100. Now, the next process after the approval of the organogram will be the placement of the people from the old organogram to the new organogram. That will reduce the vacancy rate that will come out of that, because in the old organogram, we are currently sitting with 4,200 against the over 7,000 people are talking about. And in the new structure, we will be sitting with 4,200 against a 5,200 total number of employees. Therefore, that ratio is going to reduce significantly. I think we have alluded to how this is impacting on overall performance of the organization, especially looking at the allocation of the budget towards functions like your maintenance, which is currently sitting at 3%, an improvement from 0.59% in 2022-2023. So we are improving on how we appropriate budget to areas of importance that are focusing on service delivery. I will end it there. Thank you.
Just before you come in, Mayor, you know what's confusing with the whole explanation? You are running overtime of 120 hours, which means you have more work than people. Then you are bloated beyond the norm of 4,000 by almost another 4,000, maybe just under 4,000. And you still do overtime. And then you're still short-staffed. How does that work? I mean, there's something that is weird going on here, because we can't be losing money on overtime on a bloated establishment. You see, the Mayor, you might want to come in here. There's a problem with the arithmetic. Mayor Ngangen.
Yeah, no, Chairperson, thank you. The structure that has just been worked upon was top down, meaning it was heavy-headed in terms of those that were on top. But I'm going to ask the CFO and the city manager to go deep into that, because the assignment we gave them was that make sure that we have a lean and mean structure that will address, amongst others, the issues of overtime, as well as making sure that we address what we are supposed to. The question that I wanted to deal with, Chairperson, is the one that was talking to the appointment of service providers on the collection of our debts. I wanted to deal with that question in a nutshell to say the issue at hand was that the entire tender was given to a single company. We have since unbundled it. And in the process of unbundling it, we've made sure that each area of collection is not given to a singular company, spread across. And I must indicate that it went through a process of advertisement, people applied. Seated here, I am not aware of any irregularity around it. But should there be any, I really would invite such, because we have got limited room to allow shenanigans. So we are not aware of any, but I am satisfied insofar as how the cake was spread amongst companies, so that people must focus in terms of making sure that we get our monies from wherever the money of the municipality is to date. Now, if I may ask the CFO or the city manager to respond to what you requested, Chair.
No, you will respond just now. Just